Welcome to Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium, home to the East Carolina Pirates, where the purple has engulfed this place as they are ready for a showdown. Today, two teams get set to square off in an intra-conference battle in the AAC. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the UConn Huskies, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the East Carolina Pirates. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Pirates will kick it away to start us off. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. First down for this offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Just a short pass to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage.
And he intercepts it. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This offense knew coming into this game it was not going to be easy throwing against this defense. They're at the top of virtually every major statistical category when it comes to pass D, and the quarterback just found out the hard way, throwing a pick on the opening drive.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to throw, it's Hauser. He's got it. He's right there to stop him, but the quick throw and catch enough to give them the first down. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Fires to the wideout. He's got it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
You see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Pirates.
What a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. UConn going back to work on offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. It's complete. A huge pickup. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Husky.
Number 5.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Kennesaw State found a way to pick up the W And a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to at KSU. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Quarterback checking the play. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Makes the grab. It's Smith. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Getting some heat. Takes a hit as he fires. He's open on the right. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
On the defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
To the air on first down. Makes the catch. It's Smith. Touchdown, Purple Pirates. A great catch and run for 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll call for the fair catch here. The UConn offense goes back to work. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Back to pass, it's Fagnano. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
They come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. Quick pass on the fly motion. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like we live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
He'll start this drive firing. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On 2nd down, wants to throw. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone.
Well, the game plan's been pretty simple offensively, right? They are taking shots and they're being aggressive throwing it down the field. This guy's already got 2 touchdown passes. We're still in the first half. And on that last one, he was looking for number 3.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking for the score. Touchdown, East Carolina. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Hey, quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fair catch called for and made. UConn going back to work on offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession, they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
2nd down coming up. They go to the ground. Powers through the defender. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a 1st down. The corners are walked up tight. They'll give it to him again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. UConn quick to the line. Back to throw. It's Fagnano. Makes the grab. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. Here's the handoff. And he got enough for the 1st down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You could throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the 1st down.
Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Porter. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. East Carolina 21, UConn 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work.
691, Gators score. Here we go.
Running the red zone. It's Robinson. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They want to continue this long drive. 9th play coming. It's 3rd and 5. Right back to the well. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Robinson. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Motion from the offense. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Let's see how they set the tone on 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Hauser. Fires to the tight end. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. And the Pirates come to the line with a new set of downs. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's looking to throw it. That's caught. It's Smith. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down.
Right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. From the 22 on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped offside.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
Maybe can be a little more aggressive here after the offsides penalty. It's 1st and 5. Now from inside the red zone. He wants it all. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling a rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. I haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
To the air, it's Hauser. This time on target. Touchdown, ECU! And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The UConn offense goes back to work. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense
fires and picked off. Even with minimal gain on the return, they're working with a short field from the 36.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Wide out in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
And that play is essentially like a jet sweep, right? This offense is going to run the football conventionally. They'll do it between the tackles. They'll do it outside. But there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers the football in the running game. And I think that was an example of what you saw right there.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Back to pass, it's Hauser. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Pressure coming. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on him, those body blows, so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
Got stopped on 1st down. They'll try it again from the 2. He wants to throw it again. Oh, picked off. Pass to 50. Bringing the heat. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
What an interception. He's dangerous because not only can he catch the ball and pluck it out of the air, but he's hard to bring down too. This is a guy that I think could play offense for a lot of programs around the country, and he showed you his open field running there.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
And on that play, great job by the receiver working his way through the traffic in the middle of the field. That's a crossing route. It's going to take him a couple seconds to get all the way to the other side of the field, but really nice awareness by him, making the catch and coming up with a big play.
They're going to run it to the right. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. And he will score. Touchdown, Husky.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this 2nd half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Lofts one high and deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Back to throw, it's Hauser. Feeling some heat. Had to get rid of it quickly. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. The Pirates decide to punt it away. Slips through the line. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? He wants to start this drive with a pass. Unloads to the wideout. And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Dumps it to the back. Got it in the middle, it's Harris. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. Splits the uprights. Good. And that lead grows even bigger. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. To the air, it's Fagnano. Buys a little time. They get to him as he throws. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Shakes off the tackler. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
I think you run that play so you stay out of third and long. Third and long is not where an offense ever wants to drive. Third and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good third down.
Trying to get to him. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
UConn going back to work on offense. Looking for a man. It's Fagnano. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
We're losing. We got to put a few drives together here, but most importantly, I got to stop getting my quarterback hit. I got to give him a little bit more protection, maybe that extra second so he can get that deep ball off or make some plays for this offense.
And his throw is incomplete.
This is going to be tough sledding for this quarterback now. You're trailing. You're in the second half. Defense knows you've got to throw it. You're going to have to sit in the pocket under duress and start making throws in tight windows. It's not an easy situation by any stretch, but big-time players make big plays in big games.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
This is not leather helmet era football. This is analytics. Around midfield, 4-down territory.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense. A first down for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. Makes the grab. It's Patterson. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
That last completion sets him up on second down.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Quarterback will audible. He's going to pass on second down. He's got it. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. On first and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. From the red zone, looking for a man. Pulls it in. It's Smith. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down.
Here we go. Squirrel.
Touch pass on the run. Touchdown Pirates. And the route is on. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
That just gets in the zone, right? You can't miss. You've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
14.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Offense goes back to work. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. UConn quick to the line. Scanning the field, it's Fagnano. Fires to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His fourth interception. Touchdown, Purple Pirates. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return.
How about that, man? Fourth down, trying to go make a play, get this offense going, get it sparked, get some points on the board, and that couldn't have gone any worse. They throw the pick. Not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. UConn going back to work on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Well, after not getting a thing done on first down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. Back to throw, it's Fagnano coming after it. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Well, that's not Lamar Jackson back there scrambling around. This is a guy the defense felt like if we can get him out of the pocket and flush him, we can get after him and chase him, bring him down. And they did that one pretty easy there, getting a sack.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
He'll take a deep shot here. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And what a return as he takes it back to the 8.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB, making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
And the Pirates have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He wants to throw it. They're trying to get to it. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Got it! And he wanted the score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2.
Brings up 3rd and goal. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, East Carolina 45, UConn 14.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Needs to get it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Quarterback extends the play. Fires into the end zone. And the ball is intercepted. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
never say die attitude, and I love that, especially in these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Looking for a deep man. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
He'll take another shot here. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
East Carolina sending the offense back to work. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. For this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And the fourth option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage total.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Dropping back, it's Hauser. Unleashes one. Touchdown, East Carolina. And the pummeling has started. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Offense goes back to work. Mistakes are going to happen as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. Pass on the way. It's picked off. How about that? Making a play and setting up your offense inside the 40 at the 39.
Man, this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead. You know they're going to be passing. And you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
Quarterback checking off. trying to start the drive with a pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Touchdown, ECU! And the stomping has commenced. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the game. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
14.
Fair catch called for and made. UConn going back to work on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you've got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves him in a hole. He's got the tight end. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Unleashes one deep. Fires the pass. Intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Looks as if he'll work his way forward and get it up to about the 11-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. This offense has a second down play.
Let's go.
Quick completion to the right. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
And now he's in the 400 club, 400. That's a pretty good day at the office when you're putting up over 400 yards. This defense hadn't had a lot of answers.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
He'll pitch it. Still on his feet at the 45. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing...
Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. The defense all over that loose ball, and now they're bringing it back. He's into the open down the middle. Touchdown, UConn. And the defense doing work. You want something to be able to feel positive about after this game, and maybe that late touchdown will do it.
And, Reese, I'm positive that stat counts on my stat line. Keep playing. Keep piling up those stats. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And despite this point being relatively meaningless, I suppose it could carry value for some. 7 is the lucky and skilled number for this squad as they've made it to this point in the